Hey everyone, Zendrick here, and I've had a long time to get some confidence built up because last time I really messed up a lot. But we're back with what if Deku had the Omnitrix, or what if Deku was a wielder of the Omnitrix? I don't know what I'm going to call this fully. I'm just going to stick with what I said first. So let's just jump straight into it. And if I do stutter or make mistakes, please let me know. And just so you know that I did get permission from the author of the story to do a videos on here because I'm just trying to play everything safe. Anyway, let me catch my breath and I'll get started. Okay, I'm good. That was probably like a second for you guys, but this chapter will take part about a week or so after Red 10,000's arrival. So let's just get started. It just starts off saying school, a place of learning, connections, careers, the full youth experience, but last but not least, final exams. But for one student, simply staying invisible was more than enough for him at the time. Izuku Midoriya, or better known as Deku, the quirkless kid with no friends. At least that's what his classmates thought of him. Nonetheless, the green haired boy was at his desk writing down details of heroes he had witnessed in the villain attack earlier today. He had hoped that writing down these notes helped him become a hero in the future, even if it was a long shot. Izuku believed that he could still become a hero. Now transitioning to his thoughts for a quick second, Kamui Woods was Kamui Woods was amazing today, taking on that giant villain all by himself without any hesitation. The way he used his quirk to dodge villain attacks and get a height advantage was perfect. Mount Lady's quirk was great too, Izuku had thought to himself. Wish I got to see more of it though. I don't know how to react to that. I feel like she was just using. You know, I'm not gonna say anymore. It was near the end of the semester, and as a, why am I messing up so much? It was near the end of his semester. No, it was near the end of the semester as his homeroom teacher explained the significance of those future career sheets before tossing them in the air, yelling that there was no point in passing them out as they all wanted to become heroes. Followed by everyone using the quirks in the class, basically causing the teacher to say that it's still illegal to use their quirks within the classroom, like he did in the anime and manga, basically saying that it's still illegal and they can probably still get in trouble for it, even though they're going to be trying to go to hero schools. But the commotion had escalated when a spiky blonde haired student began boasting about how he was going to enter UA, the top hero school in the nation, which this student was Katsuki Bakugo, as we all know. The class's egomaniac, ego, egomaniac, I don't know how to say that word, egomaniac and a ball of pride, the self-proclaimed strongest in the world and the future number one hero. Although the class was upset with Bakugo's words, Izuku had, on the other hand, seeing his one and only childhood friend act like this wanted nothing more than not to be seen or singled out. Okay, which proved futile with only one sentence from his teacher. Come to think of it, Midoriya, didn't you want to go to UA as well? I'm gonna say it a little slower because I feel like I went a little fast with that. Come to think of it, Midoriya, didn't you want to go to UA as well? And just like that, the invisible cloak Izuku had been trying to hide under began to disappear as gaze and laughter from his classmates melted that all away. He couldn't deal with the stares. There was just one person he feared most. And then there was an explosion. Basically, and basically an explosion caused by a hand slam and a small but effective explosion that erupts on his desk, forcing him to jerk up in fear and fall backwards out of his chair. He rubbed his head in pain as I'm assuming he hit his head as a and as a tall and looming shadow enveloped over him. The spiky blonde grinned at Izuku with a sinister smile, saying, You think someone as weak and quirkless like you could ever possibly hope to be a match for me? Stop trying to make me laugh, Deku. Deku? Bakugo impression by mistake? Izuku's relationship with the blonde had been complicated over the years. Izuku was diagnosed quirkless as he was once childhood friend became his tyranny and bullied him until he either cried or on a rare occasion managed to escape. No, Kanchan, I'm not trying to compete with you. It's just, well, I've always wanted to try to. And as Izuku couldn't even finish his sentence, Bakugo started to say, "Try to what? You're a quirkless Deku, or did you forget that you're, or did you forget that when you're daydreaming about having a quirk? Or did you forget that when I need to stop talking like this." This Bakugo had yelled, "What could you ever possibly hope to accomplish, huh?" The sound of his classmates laughing filled out the room as Izuku desperately tried to block it out, looking down and avoiding eye contact with anyone. Once the class settled down, it was resumed as normal. The bell rang, signifying the end of the day and the class. Izuku looked at the news on his phone. One article of eyeing in particular caught his eye. The new vigilante of Hosu City, threat or menace? Vigilantes. Izuku whispered as he clicked on the news article and played a video. Appearing roughly 1 week ago, there have been multiple eyewitness reports stating that there have been a string of new vigilantes that have been interfering with pro heroes' work, taking down taking down villains and many gangs in the area, taking the law into their own hands and capturing said villains without a proper permit. The photos provided by the citizen Hosu of the vigilantes indicate that these people may be part of a gang underground organization that intends to defy the hero association laws put in place. I'll try. I might basically the images that show up. I'm gonna which I don't know if I have permission to use these on his story, even though they're original images. But there's basically Chromostone, Wrath, Goop, Crash Hopper, and then it goes on to saying that currently the vigilantes have managed to stop 6 villain attacks, taking on 4 grade A villains and 2 grade B villains. Currently the number of the group remains however remains a mystery. The number of vigilantes have encountered heroes on multiple occasions, managing to escape each and every time without paying any kind of physical resistance whatsoever. Although the online majority praise these vigilantes for their action, the people they have saved, the other party have different opinions. The video of the interview then cuts to a random citizen saying, we have quirk laws put in place to keep the peace. These vigilantes and everything. That's what's wrong with the world. If anyone wants to, if everyone is free to use their quirks at any time, who knows the amount of chaos and damage it could cause to the world? I'm telling you right now, these guys are going to cause more problems than they solve. Selfish use of your quirk will only bring out the misfortune to others. You sh- uh, you all should let these trained professionals handle these situations. Look, I'm just saying, despite all the good they're doing, vigilantism is still a crime. Like all crimes, you have to turn yourself in and pay the price. Oh wait, these are all different people. I just realized that. They stink and I don't like them. I feel like that was a child that said that for some reason. Either that or a very petty adult. Let me get out of this. I gotta stop doing that. When asking the representatives of the Hero Association about what the vigilantes here's what the statements they had to give. And I'm assuming this is the Hero Association. I assure you that we will catch all these vigilantes and put them behind bars. We'll have the best and top heroes on lookout for any one of them. However many they may be, I promise you, citizen Hosu City, you're in safe hands. Cutting out of the interview, going back to Izuku. No way. A group of vigilantes? They sound dangerous, but Izuku couldn't help but stare at the strange people on his phone. The scrolled up and he scrolled up and down multiple times, as if trying to get a better angle of them. As if by instinct, he began to sketch the vigilantes in his notebook. They look amazing. I wonder what their quirks are. Wait, is that a grasshopper? Izuku thought to himself, looking at the picture of a dark green vigilante. Well, if I ever run into them, it wouldn't hurt to take some more notes, would it? There may not be heroes, but they can't be all bad if they're saving people, right? Izuku put his phone back in his bag or pocket and began to pack up his belongings. He took one last look at his hero analysis notebook, smiling as he had began to put it back in his bag, only for it to be snatched away by Bakugo and his colleagues. Kanchan, wait! Izuku had pleaded to his once friend. Without a moment of hesitation, I'm going to say Kosuke. Bakugo uses his quirk and explodes the notebook right in front of Izuku, causing him to scream out in terror. Adding salt into the wound, he tosses it out the window, causing Izuku to even more grief. Okay, let me catch my breath 1 second. Okay. The best heroes out there all have one thing in common, Deku. It's that they all always show signs of greatness, even as students. That's why I'm only one to get into UA from this crappy public school. The first one ever to get the honor of going to UA is in this school's history, and the only one who ever get the honor, and the only one who ever get that honor. Bakugo proclaims as he grabs Deku's shoulder and begins to use his quirk. That's why if you ever even think about getting into UA, you're dead meat, Deku. Clear? The look of the killer intent in Bakugo's eyes pierces. No, the killing intent that Bakugo was giving Midoriya. The killer intent that was in Bakugo's eyes pierces Midoriya's soul, or Deku's soul, rendering him even unable to move or speak. Bakugo releases Deku's shoulder and shoulder bumps him aside. Just as before he leaves the classroom, however, he says, "Hey, I got a great idea. If you really want to be a hero so much, why don't you take a swan dive off the school's roof and pray for a quirk in your next life?" Katsuki yelled out just before leaving. Izuku was alone in the classroom, standing in the same spot he had been when he was threatened by Bakugo. His heart was racing and his fear was rising. It was almost as if he was drowning in despair. Finally, he managed to compose himself and began to head out of school. He walked around behind the school to retrieve the notebook that Bakugo had thrown out the window. He finds the notebook in a small fish pond, picks it up reluctantly, and stares at the damaged and wet notebook. Holding onto the damaged notebook to his chest, he walks home, fighting back the tears as best he could. Bakugo's words replayed over and over in Izuku's mind. Unable to stop himself from thinking about it, he hears the repeat of what Bakugo said, where he said he had a great idea about he should take a swan dive off a roof and pray for a quirk in his next life. No, don't think about that. With enough hard work, I can make it. I know I can. I know. Izuku tries to say to himself. He stops right under a bridge and looks at the notebook once more, staring at it for a long time. Can I really become a hero? He thought in his head as an explosion just a few feet from him goes off as a sewer tile bursts open as a dark green goo erupting from it. His eyes emerge from the goo as evil spell once he spots Izuku. Perfect timing, kid, the goo said. Izuku, obviously being scared, goes, A villain? I tried my best. I'm not good with the anime stutters. He tries to run away from the villain, only to be caught by the villain's goo, dragged back. I need to borrow your body, kid. It's bad enough I got all my on my tail, but now there's one of those vigilantes chasing after me. Stop struggling and let me have your body. The goo yelled as he began to enter Izuku's body. Izuku then begins to suffocate in panic. He flails his arms and legs, but it's no use. There's no way he could possibly break out of the villain's grasp. Is it really gonna end like this? Can't breathe. Izuku begins to black out from the lack of oxygen, and then from the sewer hole, a bright green glue emerges. Sees what the villain's doing. The villain looks behind him and sees the green vigilante reforming. Don't think so, ugly. Let the kid go. The green goo vigilante that we know as Goop yells out. You again? Back off or the kid gets it. The villain had yelled. The green vigilante doesn't hesitate and uses the device hovering over his head to rush to the villain at impeccable speed. With the same device, he uses it to pull the gooey body off of Izuku. What the hell? Your body's chemistry isn't that different from Goop's own. It's just more dense. The best thing about this guy? I can match my own density. I can change my own density to match yours. And when I do, I can pull this off. Goop yelled as he changed his body to form a ball that contained the sludge villain, who desperately tried to break out using the device above him. Using the device above him, Goop began to spin rapidly with the villain inside the ball. What are you doing? The villain yelled. Tell me, Sledgeman, are you prone to motion sickness? Goop had yelled as he began to spin faster. Goop then deforms the ball, sending the sludge villain crashing against the wall, splattering everywhere. Izuku opened his eyes weakly to see what Goop had done. Goop's device then reforms his body, and he dusts his own hands. And that, as they say, is a green light. A Goop says a green light flashes, revealing Ren 10,000, and Goop's place is that. Izuku begins to black out again, but just before he does, he looks at Ren and rushes to his side. He sees Ren look at Izuku and rushes to his aid. Hey, a voice says quietly. Hey, the same voice louder. Come on, kid, don't die on me now. The voice said more clear this time. Izuku wakes up slowly to see Ren 10,000 slapping his cheek lately, or his face. Thank God you're alive. For a second there, I thought you already crossed over. Izuku just sits up and looks at Ren. Who are you? I could be asking you the same thing, kid. My name's Ren. You? Izuku Midoriya. Well, great to meet you, Izuku. Ren said as he looked over at the remains of the sludge villain. Just wish it could have been under better circumstances. You remember anything that happened? Izuku looks over at the remains, and then he suddenly remembers what happened. Wait, the villain, the sludge villain, and then that green guy, and then wait. Izuku looks at Ren, and he remembers seeing him transform back from Goop. You. Me? What about me? You're one of those vigilantes, aren't you? I saw you used quirk. It's the same as one of those vigilantes from the news. Izuku just said frighteningly, Please don't hurt me. I promise I won't tell anyone. But I'm pretty sure this got a laugh out of Ren, saying, Relax, kid. I'm not going to do anything to you. Izuku puts his arms down and looks at Ren, who was crouching to meet Izuku's eye level. Really? Of course not. I'm not some kind of monster. Not some kind of monster. Honestly, I'm a bit offended that you would want me in the same category as that villain. I'm deeply sorry. Izuku yelled out, bowing his head. It was a joke, kid. Izuku, no. Ren looks at his feet and sees the notebook. What's this? Ren reaches down, grabbing the notebook. No, wait. Izuku had pleaded, but it was too late. Ren had opened the notebook and began to read its contents. He flipped from page to page, reading intently and thoroughly. Do you want to become a hero? Huh? Izuku was confused and puzzled by Ren's question. This notebook is yours, right? These notes on heroes are really detailed and thoroughly. You even got something in Conway Woods. Ren continued to flip through the pages until he reached the section where Izuku had sketched up the vigilantes, the ones on the news. He got to this groups page and smiled. Yes, I want to become a hero, but Izuku had paused, causing Ren to ask, but what? You see, I don't have a quirk. So a lot of people have been trying to tell me that I shouldn't even try. Lately, I've been thinking that they're right. Izuku said depressingly. A part of me wants to at least try, but there's another part of me that says it's hopeless. Lately, I've been thinking that this other part of me is right, and I'm at time to get realistic. Even if I get into the best hero school in UA, in Japan, UA, I'll probably only the general studies course rather than the heroes course. But Ren closes the notebook and uses it to lightly tap Izuku's head, which startled him a bit, and he looks at Ren with a wide smile on his face. It's your dream, isn't it, to become a hero? Yes. Then that's the only confirmation you need. Who cares what others may think? A quirk isn't what makes someone a hero, you know? That's what they do with the things they're given. If it's your dream to become a hero, then you should try to do what you can and achieve it. You really think I can do it? Izuku would ask. Honestly, I feeling like he has a bit of hope. It ain't a matter of whether you can or not. It's all a matter of whether or not you have the courage to move forward. Izuku's eyes began to light up with hope and then shine with tears. Now tell me, does Izuku Midoriya have that courage? Ren said with a smile as he handed Izuku back his notebook. Well, I'll see you around, Izuku. I should probably be out here before the big guy shows up. Ren begins to run off. Remember, as he yells, remember, kid, quirk or no quirk, it's your heart that counts. Where are they at? Izuku watches Ren run off into the distance. He smiles brightly as he hugs his notebook tighter. Wait, what big guy? Izuku thought to himself. He then, from behind him, burst a muscular man from the sewers in a white t-shirt and a green cargo pants, saying, "Oh great, I gotta try this." Just yelling, "It's all right now." Why? Because Izuku couldn't believe it. Izuku couldn't believe his own eyes. All Might, the number one hero and his idol, had just appeared before his very eyes. He almost passed out again from the sight of All Might. All Might? Hello, young man. You wouldn't happen to see a sludge villain pass through here, would you? Why did I give him a British accent? No, I'm gonna do better than that. Oh, he points at the bit of sludge all over the bridge. He's there, over there, a bit of there. All Might couldn't believe his eyes. Did this boy really defeat a villain all by himself? Why, he must have a powerful quirk. Impressive young man. What's your name? Oh, it's Izuku Midoriya, sir. Izuku, I responded. Why am I messing up all of a sudden? Midoriya, I must ask, did you do all this? Oh no. No. It was one of those vigilantes, from the news. Izuku tried to explain. The green goo guy? I see. Did you see where he went? Well, no. Izuku knew he had to lie to his idol. Sure, vigilantes were considered criminals, but he couldn't rout out someone who told him he had a chance at his dream. I was attacked by the villain, you see, and then I ended up passing out. I think the Gringu guy may have saved me, though. Izuku listens to Midoriya's explanation with a blank smile on his face. Well, what's done is done. At least there's one less criminal on the streets. Say, would you mind me helping me screw up this guy into a bottle, Midoriya? Yeah, sure. As soon they both started working, picking up the remains of the Sledgeville in an awkward silence. I can't believe I just lied to All Might. The All Might. Does that make me an accomplice? Am I going to jail? Is my dream already over before I even began? Izuku thought to himself frantically. Izuku noticed, no, All Might noticed the boy shaking as he picked up the rest of the sludge villain. Midoriya put the last of sludge villain's remains into an empty soda bottle. All Might put the cap on. Thank you for your help, young Midoriya. Now then, duty calls. Uh, wait. Izuku yelled out. Can, can I ask you something, All Might? Izuku had asked him. All Might looked down at Izuku questioningly when he noticed the notebook in hand. Of course, you must want an autograph, but it's too nervous to ask for one. I understand. Not a problem at all, he said before grabbing a notebook from Izuku. Midoriya, All Might quickly signs the book and returns it to Midoriya, who looks at the signed book and all. All Might had just really signed my book. Izuku had whispered. Now then, stay safe, young Midoriya. No, wait. That isn't what I wanted to ask. Izuku shouted as he grabbed onto All Might's leg. All Might, who was not gliding through the air when he felt a strange weight on his leg. When he looked to see what it was none other than Izuku. It was not. All Might was not gliding through the air when he felt a strange. No. All Might was gliding through the air when he felt a strange weight on his leg. When he looked to see what it was none other than Izuku Midoriya holding on for dear life. I have a lot of things I want to ask you directly. And yeah, Izuku had shouted against the wind, and I feel like I've done horribly on this. I'm gonna do one chapter so far each time, and then maybe if I can get a few more views, I might try to increase the number of chapters I do. And once I can get over my stuttering problem when reading out loud, I've never been good at that. But if you guys did enjoy, I guess please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and let me know what other books you would like me to read or try to read. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.